Today we're going to finally run this bike. Just going to put the fuel line on, which I replaced the red one with. Remember I told you I was tapping this on a bench top, and bits of green or bits of rubber, petrified rubber, came out. It's just rock hard. It's not worth having it in there. You've got the filter system coming through, goes through the pump and straight into the carburetors, and it'll just pick up whatever's in that pipe straight through into this first carburetor at least. Had all sorts of dramas trying to get the carburetors on last time we saw. Was expecting to run it last week, but just didn't happen. Get some water into it. We'll check for any leaks. I'm just going to put water in without coolant, only because I want to be able to flush it out, and I just don't want to waste the coolant. One of the things I like to try is not to spill it everywhere, so that if we do have a leak, we can find it straight away. We shouldn't have anything coming out anywhere else. While that's filling up, one of the last things you buy for any project, battery. The reason it's one of the last things you buy is because every battery has a time limit. There's nothing worse than buying a battery straight up, then pulling everything down. You might get delayed. Then you go to start the project and the battery's no good because, you know, either forgotten it or haven't looked after it in that time. Happens all the time. See people all the time. But I bought a brand new battery 3 years ago. Well, 3 years is what you get out of a battery. So we'll put that in next. While we're watching this coolant. It's full. Just let that settle. It's going to gurgle down. I'm just going to grab a dash. I just moved it back a bit so you can see. I'm putting battery in, positive on this side, neg on that side. Battery strap. Got this battery from Battery Stop. I researched my own batteries numbers because you can never trust that they've got the right information. I like to use these other ones. I'm not a lithium fan. Complete not a waste of money. First time it's had power in 6 years. Easily 6 years. Positive first. Going to touch the negative. I use key locks. I've forgotten what it's supposed to do. We have power, we have pump. Some sort of response out of the thing. Rear lights have come on. Turn it off. There's no glowing, no smoke. Good. Yep. Don't know if you can hear that. You can hear the fuel pump running. Don't know if that's only supposed to go to 8, but we'll worry about that later. Let's see how this water's going. Seems to be full. I don't know if these airlock or not, but I am looking for it. I would say there'd be a massive airlock right here unless it's got flow through. Usually like to take off that line. I'd love to be able to take that line off to eliminate any airlock that might be in there. The drama is I can't get to it. You just can't get to it. There'd definitely be an airlock right here. As the water level would have come up and it would have just stopped right here. So just keep an eye on that when it goes. Look up at external fuel tank. just get some fuel. Okay, I just hooked up the fuel, an external fuel tank. I just have it over here. I cap off my fuel container. It's over there. Anything happens, I don't want it spreading. I had a fire extinguisher on the wall over there. Recap. We have done plugs. We have eliminated some extra wiring up here. We have cleaned it. We have done oil seals. We have done hoses. Got some nice dog dig red ones just for the hell of it, the silicone ones. I haven't entirely flushed the cooling system, which is from here and there on the other side exactly as well. I will do that afterwards. We've done new oil filter, we've got new oil, we've done the swing arm bearings, cleaned out bushes, cleaned out and all the suspension setup. Not sure if I mentioned the carbon fiber hugger. It was looking a little ratty, kind of what the exhaust pipe looks like at the moment, the muffler looks like. But cut it back with some wet and dry and clear coated it. So it does actually look a lot better. It's had a little burn mark here in the past, obviously from the cut of the tyre. It's not a perfect fit, so someone's spaced it and all the rest of it. It's quite close. Yeah, it'll do. We've cleaned up our things. We've cleaned up that generator, so that alternator. It looks a lot better in here than it did before. We also cleaned up our radiator and our protector. It's a little odd looking, but it's fine. Everything else is good to go. We've done the carburetors. We've just done a clean. Now I've only done a basic setup of these. I haven't adjusted any float levels or anything. I haven't. We obviously can't balance it until it gets running. But where we want to be at the moment, or where I want to be, is just somewhere we can run it, get some heat into it, make sure there's nothing else that we haven't missed, that we didn't know about. Oh yeah, that's right, we got rid of some pipes, some coolant hoses that have been rodent damaged, an airbox, and set it up. New batteries in. I'm going to give it some ignition, and the fuel's connected, so pump's running up, and it must have come pressure. I'll just turn it on and off again. Probably on a timer. The fuel filter is filling, I can see it. New fuel filter. Give that a couple of goes. You can actually see this has not been started yet at all, because there's no fuel in it. Doesn't seem to be anything leaking. What we're going to do now is I'm just going to disconnect the coils on both sides from one point. Turn it off. Sorry, I've got to hand hold you because my gimbal's flat and I'm not waiting any longer. Just gonna disconnect this coil. So we don't want it to fire yet. I want to turn it over a little bit. Doesn't matter which terminal. Doesn't matter to me, anyway. You do not want to get it off. Okay, just make sure it's out of the way. Like this. Okay, coils are disconnected. What we're going to do is we've got a neutral light. Yes, we've got a neutral light. So that pump through, and we're just going to spin it over. Just give it a second. Just go and check oil. Just pumping up that fuel filter, that oil filter. It's still full window. I'll give it a little bit more. Oil light has gone off. It's not on actually. I'm just going to check into that before we go too much further. Okay. My red light will come on when it's low. Didn't realise I had an oil level system in it. I'll put these coils back on. Connectors back on. Oh, this one's going to be really fun. I'm sorry, my gimbal's still flat. Okay, ready to start. I'm going to have to hold the choke with one hand, turn the key to the other. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we get no backfires. I don't think we will. Self-monitoring system is displaying 8 on the tacho. It's probably because it's been apart for so long, it hasn't run properly. Who knows, I can go into that afterwards, but we'll get it to run. We've got the coils reconnected. Fuel is in, pump clicking up. I'm just going to turn it over with no choke. We'll see what happens. It's a nice, quiet, sunny day here. Not sunny, it's overcast, it's cold, but it is very nice and quiet. It's probably about 1 o'clock. It's time to make some noise. Oh yeah, fire makers want to work. Yeah, it wants to start. I'll just hold the choke and we'll press the button. Oh, look at that. Coming off the exhaust, all the WD that was on it. Take those out. Quite good. Check the water level. Drop down a bit as predicted. also. Definitely looks like it's got some sort of airlock in there, that's for sure. It'll come out. Feel the heat going through the carburetor, so it's got to have water there. Absolutely beautiful. Brown out the old exhaust, but you kind of expect that. Feeling all the hoses to make sure we get water out of it. It's definitely pumping it. Alright. Thermostat hasn't opened yet. Hot there though. Got any oil leaks, good, but a bit early to tell that yet. Definitely move up a little bit. Shut it down, let it settle for a little bit, see where the oil level is. We've still got a code flashing up on the tacho. I think that oil's starting to come back now. Here we go. It's a bit frothy, as expected. But man, that absolutely runs perfect at this stage. Just needs a good clean out, run up, and then it'd be worth tuning. It's not worth tuning at this stage. Not worth setting up all the carburetors and then to go for a run and to come back and find that they've settled into a different position and you've got to do it all again. So it's just a time saving think it's not worth doing a balance on it. The thing's running fairly solid, fairly stable enough to go for like a ride up the street. Open it up a little bit, get it warm, get it hot, go through all the gears, make it pull, clean all the valves, clean the cylinder walls, bring it back, let it cool down, set up all the gauges, and then do a balance on it, do a mixtures and balance on it, and then leave it go for a while like that. Otherwise you're just doubling up, because you can guarantee that if I did it now, something would settle in a little bit more. One cylinder might be sucking a little bit more than the other, and therefore your balance is going to be out, and you just ain't going to end up doing it all again. So at this stage it's just not worth doing. Yeah, we'll just check it. The oils come up. It's a little bit foggy in there because it's been condensation for so long. So this coolant out. Basically it's not taking much at all. I'd say it's probably just about settled. Thermostat would have opened. Apparently the thermostat on these things are a bit of a drama. Fan switches don't come on till like 95 degrees, which is just ridiculous in Australia. The fan switches here, and you can actually get different ones to come on at a lower level. I'm just going to cap this off. Needs a good flush anyway. We flushed the radiator, we just need to flush the block, so it's not worth putting fresh coolant in yet. I'll get it outside and do that properly. The coolant drains are here, one on the other side and one on the water pump. And we'll just get it on again. Pumps come up. Press the button. didn't like that much. Doesn't like being in gear. To check if the neutral switch is engaged on it. Fans to come on. Cool. Runs. It's alive. And all levels sorted itself out. It's probably going to be a little bit high, but it doesn't matter. We'll find out what's going on with the code it's trying to show me, and I'll do some research on that. But as expected, it's pretty much worked the way so far. So not much to do now, which I lie, because we've got the brakes to clean up. We've got fork seals to fit, because if I don't fit them, then I will be doing it in 2 weeks, and I'll have to remove all the fairings again and that, which I'm trying to avoid doing as much as possible. Rear brake to clean up, brake fluids. I've got tail section to clean up because it's just a bit manky. And then we've got the covers to fit, the fairings to fit. I have the side fairings. I'll go through those, what I've done with them so far. Basically, there's only Chinese replacements available. So I've repaired the side covers. The bottom cover didn't really need much repairing at all. I've repaired the cracks in it, therefore I'll get them painted. I haven't done it as yet. But maybe my next little video will be just on what we've done with the fairings. Anyway, we'll let this cool down and we'll check levels. But at the moment, yep, it's going, it's running.